how Trump's measures against Colombia can affect the dating market worldwide. Today we discuss. Well, recently the US President Donald Trump took some severe measures against Colombia, especially the Colombian president, in retaliation because the Colombian president, Gustavo Petro, did not accept a flight from illegal aliens that are being repatriated to Colombia. So it's this particular political view. Remember, the Colombian president is very left-leaning, and of course, Trump is very right-leaning. And the president of Colombia has this particular reputation of being stubborn and childish and things like that. Well, anyways, they threatened to first, getting visas, getting tourist visas for Colombian travelers. Those have been temporarily suspended. It's very hard to get a U.S. tourist visa, especially if you are a Latin American citizen, and Colombia is no exception. So a lot of frustration from the Colombians. And also, there were some sanctions put against first tariffs against the Colombian economy, 25% of tariffs that could become 50% if the Colombian government doesn't play ball. And the Colombian government threatened the US of putting 50% sanctions. So it's not going to end well. It's not well. Well, anyways, also Donald Trump threatened the Colombian, the Colombian president and his surroundings and his political party of slapping sanctions, visa travel restrictions to the US, and also financial sanctions. So, the thing is bad. So potentially this could end on a collapse on the Colombian economy. The biggest client of Colombia regarding their exports is actually the US. I believe oil, also coffee beans and flowers. And the Colombian flowers are very popular in the US. Avocado, products like that. So mostly commodities. Anyways, now that can threaten the Colombian economy and that can create a collapse of the currency over there. It's very likely we're going to know this week. And the main point is that the whole economy can collapse. Also, the restrictions, the travel restrictions for the average Colombian in order to travel all over the world. And that creates a recipe first for economic mayhem for the local Colombian economy. So, sorry if you're a Colombian guy, it is what it is. But also can create dating market deflation. And that's why are we discussing this today. Here's how the Colombian dating market has performed on the past decade or so. Colombia is not cheap or particularly expensive, and also, has good, let's say, human capital regarding dating. A bunch of beautiful women, and they are exotic and so on. And they are they are cool to hang out with, but, they have some limitations. For instance, there is a lot of sex work amongst Colombian women. I mean, it is what it is. Just, don't shoot the messenger. And well, what happened is the last 10 years or so, especially the past 5 years, Colombia has become very popular in order to attract single men from Western countries, especially the US, especially in the city of Medellin. Well, anyways, so the Colombian reputation has getting traction on Western world on the past few years, and that created what we know on the dating economics as inflation. So the cost of dating has gone up because, of course, more demand, same supply, even less, and also the Colombian females have developed this kind of an attitude, thinking they are too cool for school. Some of them, not all of them. Now, how these particular measures from Trump can create deflation in Colombia? Well, first, we already discussed the dating milkshake theory, basically like the dollar milkshake theory, that when a currency is, there is a inverse correlation between how strong is the currency and how good is the dating market. Usually, with when you have a depreciated, underperforming currency in a market, therefore, the dating market tends to be more friendly and tends to be less overpriced. Most markets today are overpriced, but well, that's for another day. The point is that Colombia has become very hot, so you have the inflation going on for many reasons, not only reasons within Colombia. So what you can have right now is that first the currency collapses, so that's good. That makes better the dating market. Also, since you're going to have travel restrictions, that is possible that US citizens they need a tourist visa in order to visit Colombia. So that will limit a lot of US travelers going to Colombia. So it's an extra friction. Getting a tourist visa is a pain on the rear end in order to get so. And also you need like proof of income, proof of network, things like that. So what will happen is that will discourage a bunch of, let's say, less sophisticated US citizens that travel to Colombia because you need to prove that you have a decent income and savings and so on. So you're going to have first a better currency, a weak currency, therefore a better market. Also, you have less demand for, such market because less Americans can visit Colombia, and the people who are able to grind out and get the tourist visa, or they have a second passport that allows them to visit Colombia, that can increase, of course, that improves a lot the market. You have what is known as, you will have whole deflation, something like that, or at least whole disinflation. And the funny thing though is that if it was, let's say, harder dating, let's say a 6, let's say a Colombian mid. If dating a mid was, kind of not as easy, not as hard, well, it's gonna become easier because you have a whole deflation. Let's call it like this. I mean, just remember, this is just a food for thought weekend video, so please don't mind it. Well, anyways, and now if this scenario is gonna play out, well, we don't know yet, but we are gonna see things. So this is something. This is this is a news that is still developing. So please try to stay informed on Twitter, or maybe I'm gonna do an update here on the channel. But interesting is gonna be bad for the average Colombian. Is gonna be not as good for the American that already has presence right now in Colombia, but also that could be an opportunity for, let's say, a more affordable dating experience in Colombia. Thank you for watching Continental Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media, and if you want to work with us, continentalinsider.com. Thanks again, and have a nice day.